In the beginning, the world was tohu wabohu, formless and void. And God brought order. He created a world filled with life, beauty, and his presence. But through sin, that order unraveled. Creation became decreation, chaos, exile, and death. And throughout this series, we've seen how God begins to reverse that. Access is restored. Sin is dealt with. His presence is spreading into the rest of creation. But the story doesn't end there. It's all leading somewhere. Even now, we still feel the pains of sin. The world is marked by disorder and the consequences of that sin. Death exists. Sin is evident and lingers everywhere. Creation still groans. In other words, tohu wabohu hasn't fully been removed yet. Yes, creation has begun to be recreated, but it hasn't been completed. Scholars call this the already but not yet, or inaugurated eschatology. We live in between the old creation and the new. But the Bible promises a day when everything will be made new. In Revelation 21, we're given a vision, a new heaven, a new earth, and listen to what it says. The dwelling place of God is with man. Do you hear that? Not man going up to God, but God coming down to dwell with man. This is the final reversal of Babel, the final fulfillment of the temple, the final expression of Pentecost, the final goal of everything that God has been doing. And then comes one of the most surprising lines in the whole Bible. In Revelation 21:22, John is providing this vision of the new creation, and he writes, I saw no temple in the city. Why? Because the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are its temple. Now think about that. There's no building, no mountain, no structure, because the entire new creation has become the dwelling place of God, just as the beginning intended. And so the Bible began in a garden, but now it ends in a city. Interestingly, the city is a cube, 12,000 stadia in each direction. Now, these aren't literal dimensions, they're eschatological dimensions. There are only two cubes in the Bible outside of this city. The first is the Holy of Holies, 10 by 10 by 10 cubits. The second is the Temple of Solomon, 20 by 20 by 20 cubits. Now we have the new city, 12,000 by 12,000 by 12,000 stadia. God's presence from a cube in a tent to a cube that is a temple, now to a cube that is God's dwelling with mankind. The dimensions are theological in Revelation, not literal. In this cubic city, all of God's people dwell in the Holy of Holies with God. Now, if we look closely, we see a river, we see a tree of life, but we see no curse. This is Eden, fully realized. Creation, not just restored, but completed, consummated. And this is what it all leads to. No more chaos, no more disorder, no more death, no more tohu wabohu. Everything that was undone by sin is finally and completely restored. Not just in part, not just spiritually, but cosmically. The story of the Bible isn't just about saving souls. It's about God remaking a world, from creation through decreation into recreation until one day, the new creation. Heaven and earth are no longer separated. God dwells with his people, and all things are made new. The story that began in the garden ends with a world where there is no more chaos, because God himself has made all things new. Creation, decreation, recreation, new creation. The story of the Bible.